Viral video shows Senate Democrats shaken after one of their own calls them out. And personally, we love it. I'm Jim Drastic.
I'm Tiffany Drastic.
I'm Nick Knutson.
And today on The Dangerous Ones, we're talking about what it looks like when Democrats trade their spine for silence and catch hell from someone inside the party. Senator Cory Booker took to the Senate floor yesterday and torched fellow Democrats, accusing them of being complicit in Donald Trump's agenda. Why? Because they helped push through a package of bills without demanding protections for blue states being targeted by Trump's DOJ. This wasn't a mild disagreement. This was a political gut check. Booker says it's time to start complying and start confronting. I love that.
Amen.
Yeah.
I mean, the clip has been going viral. We saw it and we just went like, I mean, it just moved me.
I stood up. I was like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, finally.
Finally. We're about to play the clip right now. But before we do, Nick, give us a little bit of background. What's going on here?
So basically, the Senate was moving forward with a package of bipartisan public safety bills meant to support things like law enforcement grants and officer resources. And Cory Booker just slammed the brakes. He wasn't against the bills themselves. In fact, he actually co-sponsored one of them. His issue was this: without added protections, Trump's DOJ could use these grants as political weapons, rewarding states that align with his immigration policies and punishing blue states that don't. Booker wanted to make sure that couldn't happen. But instead of standing with him, fellow Democrats backed down, afraid that pushing for those protections would derail the package or trigger Trump's retaliation. Booker called it what it was, complicity, and he lit up the Senate floor to prove it.
And how? Let's go ahead and play the clip. Stick around for the whole clip. It's about 3 minutes long. You don't want to miss a second of this. Watch this.
This, to me, is the problem with Democrats in America right now, is we're willing to be complicit to Donald Trump to let this pass through when we have all the leverage right now there is to say, if you're as passionate about police as we are, then pass bills out of this body that will help the police officers in Washington, that will help the police officers in Illinois, that will help the police officers in New Jersey, that will help the police officers in New York. Don't be complicit to the President of the United States, who we both know doesn't understand that language. Oh, please, don't hurt blue states. We are standing at a moment where our president is eviscerating the Constitution of the United States of America, and we're willing to go along with that today.
I completely agree with Senator Booker about what this administration is doing. But you can't just pick out a few bills that came out of a committee and say, I'm going to stop those, and then allow for other bills that fund other parts of your budget in your state. Thank you.
Senator from New Jersey.
I was just called out by name, and I want to respond. This is what frustrates me. I see law firms bending a knee to this president, not caring about the larger principles, that those free speech rights, that you could take on any client. Why are you bending the knee? I see universities that should be bastions of free speech bending at the knee to this president. I see businesses taking late-night talk show hosts off the air because they dare to insult a president. I see people who want mergers suddenly think that they have to pay tribute to this president. And what are the very people here elected to defend the Constitution of the United States saying, oh, well, today, let's look the other way and pass some resources that won't go to Connecticut, that won't go to Illinois, that won't go to New York, that will go to the states he likes. That is complicity with an authoritarian leader who is trashing our Constitution. It's time for Democrats to have a backbone. It's time for us to fight. It's time for us to draw lines. And when it comes to the safety of my state being denied these grants, that's why I'm standing here. Don't question my integrity. Don't question my motives. I'm standing for Jersey. I am standing for my police officers. I'm standing for the Constitution, and I'm standing for what's right. And dear God, if you want to come at me that way, you're going to have to take it up with me, because there's too much on the line right now in America. as people's due process rights and freedom of the speech rights and secret police are running around this country, picking people up off the streets who have a legal right to be here. There's too much going on in this country. When are we going to stand together for principles that I just heard that were agreed with? When are we going to stand together? If we don't stand as Democrats, we deserve to lose. But if we stand united, if we stand strong, if we stand with other people, if we tell with a chorus of conviction in America what this president is doing is wrong, if we stand up and speak that way, dear God, we will win. Like all of those people that are ancestors who joined hands together and said, we shall overcome. No, not on my watch. I'm protecting Jersey today. I'm protecting our Constitution today. I'm standing today.
Wow.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Tiffany, what do you think?
I think there's a clear problem in the party when people like Cory Booker get up and choose a moment like yesterday to say that and stand up for what we all know is happening here. We all know he's using these bills to keep money from blue states. That's what Trump is doing. And Cory Booker says, look, if that's what he's doing, the least we can do is say something about it, right? And then Amy Klobuchar chose that same moment to get up and say, I will note that Senator Booker objected to my police reauthorization bill, the cops funding, the Clinton cops funding, long before Donald Trump came into office. So this is not just about this. This is a long dispute over this type of funding. I can't help it if someone couldn't change their schedule to be there. That's why we're really pissed at you guys. Because Cory is, you can say anything you want about Amy Klobuchar and Cory Booker, and I respect them both. But when he gets up and he talks like that, he is galvanizing all of us out here. Because you tell us to get out in the streets, half the reasons that we came out on No King's Day was because you all look like you're not doing anything. The only people we see out there are Cory Booker when he does stuff like this, when AOC and Bernie are out there doing their shit, when Gavin's getting pissed off. I don't see anyone else out here saying anything. And then you stand up here and go, well, he should have done it in committee. Yeah, he fucking should have. Yeah. But we have two tools left in that box, right? We got the filibuster and this shit, just standing up and making a statement. Then you have to use it and you have to do it because it looks like you guys aren't saying shit and it's really lonely out here. So thank you, Cory Booker.
Thank you, Cory Booker. I couldn't agree more with everything you just said. I mean, exactly.
Sorry.
Don't choose that moment to
whack
go
your
at
finger?
Yeah. What did you think, Nick?
I loved my response when I saw the Booker clip was let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And the reason is because like you said, we have very limited ability to stop or impede anything that they're doing. And the filibuster in the Senate is one of those things, right? And so one of the reasons that I loved what Booker did is this was a message to America, but this was a message to his colleagues.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, we can't keep letting bills like this slip through the cracks that don't create protections against the weaponization of the legislation on the back end.
Right.
That's right.
Because what it looks like to voters is you had the chance to vote for it, you let it slip under the rug, and now the blue states are losing their funding, and the voter is going, what the fuck? And you went, oh, we voted.
Yeah.
We voted for it.
Well, and even more than that, voters who are paying close attention will say that, but a lot of voters are not paying close attention.
Yeah.
And so in reality, it's just really more the result, which is that this public safety funding is going to get siphoned to red states that are backing Trump's immigration raids, and it's not going to go to the blue states. And he's just making a point. He's like, we got to do better.
Yeah.
It's not like he wasn't up there. He was a co-sponsor with one of the bills.
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Like he doesn't agree.
I
with
don't like public safety. That's
right.
that's kind of why the Klobuchar response was like,
Yeah.
And she was pretty emotional too when you watch that clip.
Yeah,
it's like, whoa.
She's not wrong. Like, the committee is the time to work these things out, but strongly worded emails and committees are a way of doing things, not in 2025. That shit doesn't work now, and people are pissed. And when the people are pissed and it looks like you're not doing anything, you can't come up here and wag your finger at each other.
Yeah, and I'm personally on the, first of all, I completely support, I was completely inspired by everything that Cory Booker said. I mean, truly, I watched that and I go, thank God. And we can debate whether or not it was the right time, this or that, or whoever. To me, I'm just like, every single day, I should be seeing a clip of a Democrat somewhere in Congress, in the Senate, freaking out like that. Every single day, I should be seeing something like that. And although I'm glad to see it from Cory Booker, but he's also somebody who does that a lot because he's just one of those kinds of guys. I want to see other people doing it, right?
Mm-hmm. And he's good at it.
Yeah, and there was a clip. I'm going to play another clip for you guys. This is Gavin Newsom. Say what you want about Gavin Newsom. And I go back and forth with that guy.
Oh, me too.
I love him. I'm
Yeah.
annoyed with him, right?
I take back everything, shitty thing I ever said.
He was on Brian Tyler Cohen's show, and he said something that it was just the other day, and is a lot like what Cory Booker said. So have a listen to this. We'll get your reaction.
I'm sick of this party needs to wake up. These guys aren't screwing around. And I say this not in literal sense, but they're assassins when it comes to the way they weaponize grievance and the way they play politics. Yeah. Enough. I mean, what more goddamn evidence do we need? Excuse my language. I mean, they've rolled back the last half century. In real time, that's just 6 months. Right. Can you imagine this guy having an additional 42 months with no system of checks and balances, no oversight? I mean, seriously, the hell else more evidence do you need? This is an existential moment. And so Democrats, if we want to have a party, if we want to be functioning, not just as a party, but as a democracy, if we want a system of checks and balances, we believe in the rule of law, if you believe in popular sovereignty, this is not about popular sovereignty. This guy wants to wire. He tried to break this democracy, tried to light it on fire on January 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's saying, wake up. We need to fight back. I mean, I'm in the camp of let's burn it all down while for the next few years. Like you said, there's not a lot we can do. When I say burn it all down, I don't mean it like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm talking, let's...
Rhetorically,
yes. Let's be out in the streets every day. There should be a goddamn Democrat on every news station yelling like that.
We're not going to win by putting targets on each other's backs and saying, well, you weren't at the committee. And he's like, well, who fucking cares? Because shit's going down. You're going to vote for it anyways. Well, you can't.
Yeah.
You can everyone can exist here. The target is this man. The target is this administration. The target is this president, because look at what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Cory Booker just said it. He's dismantling it right in front of our face. Gavin Newsom, he's doing it in real time, rolling back decades of law, everything we stand on, like turning us right into like animals against each
gentlemen's
other.
Agreements are over.
Yes.
So you're going to have to, you're going to stand up and make a scene.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We require you as the people. We need you to stand up and make a scene now.
Yeah, make a scene. That's about what we can do. And can I just say this? While you're making a scene and while you're yelling about it on every news station, what you should be doing, then at the same time, like Billy Ray said on this show and Marshall Herskovitz said on this show, at the same time, tell us what you think the Democrats should be doing about it, what your policy is, what you are going to be doing for the American people.
Yes.
While you're yelling about it. Don't just yell and tell us what you're going to do about it.
Yes.
So
I guess not like leaping to the defense of Democrats, but I'll just say, like, in fairness, this media atmosphere is really not helpful for the left.
But why do you say that? Why is it not helpful?
Well, literally, it's the decks are stacked against them. Like, I guess what I'm saying is there are Democrats who are saying the kinds of things that you want them to say.
Yeah.
And they're saying it on news shows that don't get seen.
Sure.
They're saying it in corridors in Congress, with their intern holding up a phone, posting it on TikTok that nobody sees. Like, they are.
I know what you're thinking too.
There are people. There are orators, people who can command attention, like a Cory Booker and like a Gavin Newsom. Not all Democrats are built the exact same
I would agree.
way.
Right.
And so, like, I think there are a lot of Democrats who are showing fight that we don't see.
Sure.
And in fairness, that said, like 100% agree with everything Cory Booker and Gavin Newsom said, and use your power, whatever power you have. And Cory Booker's point here of leverage, like there's literally one thing legislatively at the federal level that we can do to stop the Trump administration right now, and that's the filibuster.
Yeah.
Use it. Like, make sure that any bill that gets through cloture has all of the protections in it that you would want to see. And if it doesn't, put your foot down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
I couldn't agree more.
And aside from that, make a lot of noise. Do everything that you possibly can to make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing. That's what Newsom was doing. We've seen Democrats like James Tallarico in Texas, who's a state legislator, who's very adept.
Yeah.
Making some really great rhetorical points.
He's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
AOC, Bernie, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But more of this.
Yes.
Like, put a training together, guys.
Yes.
You know,
You're the motherfucking Democratic Party. You have all the time, all the resources, all the stars, everything. You have it all to pull together.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, pull it together.
Yeah. I wanted to play a brief clip from who I consider to be a bit of the godfather of this show, and that is Casey Anderson.
Oh, nice.
Who is the reason why this show is called The Dangerous Ones, because of his song, and just for the YouTube algorithm, we paid for lifetime rights to this song, so don't shut us down. I wanted to play a little clip of this song because there's a couple lines in it that really, I think, speak to this very moment.
If there's a word for last winter, it's something worse than discontent. I'm 37 years old and staying out of trouble ain't enough to make my rent. So let it burn, let the motherfucker burn. It's election day. They shut the water off last week. I guess it's gonna burn either way.
You know,
Gets me every time.
and that I hope it moved everybody at home who heard that as well. We want to know what you think. What are the Democrats fighting the right way? Should they be going harder? Should the Democratic Party be going harder? What should the Democrats be doing? Give us a call at 503-212-4600. Again, that's 503-212-4600. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Leave us a message, and you can remain anonymous. You can also email us at shout@thedangerousones.com. Please like and subscribe this show. If you're listening to us, give us a 5-star review. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so by going to thedangerousones.com. That'll kick you over to our Substack where you can become a paid subscriber. Until then, be safe, get into good trouble, and remember, we are all the dangerous ones.
Bye.
Bye.